Tammy, this is Dawn. Can you check to see if you can hear us or confirm you can hear us? Maybe.
There, done. Testing, testing. You must have to do that.
Your camera. Hi, Harley. I'm just going to test. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can, Tammy. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, just wanted to make sure. I just came home to run through this meeting tonight, but I was just checking to make sure you could hear me.
Okay, do you hear any interference on our end?
No, nothing at all.
Okay, thanks, Tammy.
All right, thanks.
Now it's turned on again.
Unmute your speaker, increase your volume to hear the others.
Who's on there tonight? Mark McLean's
Yeah.
preliminary plat. That's it?
Yeah.
Mark all that?
Yes. This means be recorded.
Starts in 8 minutes, Mom.
How do I know if my video is on?
Turn your thing on and you should be able to see your face.
Oh, start video.
Mute yourself.
Here, okay, it says mute, but then when so that means I'm muted.
Are you agreeing to, what's that?
For the minutes, I'll make the motion to approve with the corrections, or,
I think they're gonna be the ones that are updated.
yeah.
She'll show the new ones. Okay. Are we ready to go? All right. Welcome, everyone. Call the Board of Supervisors into session for Monday, June 28th, 2021 at 5:30 p.m. in person at Dubuque County Courthouse. At this time, we have opportunity for public comments. If anyone would like to address the board, they may do so by going to the podium if you're in person, or also we'll wait for folks to raise their hand on the Zoom function. Please keep your remarks to 3 minutes. We'll hold for a moment. We do not have Supervisor Wickham with us, do we? Okay. All right. So we'll move on. On our agenda, item number 1 is proclamations. We do not have any this evening. Second is the minutes of the meeting of June 21st, and they have been slightly revised. There they are, with some changes.
I would make the motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Consent items, we have 1, which is a wine permit from Park Farm Winery.
I would make a motion to approve the wine permit from Park Farm Winery.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Next on our agenda is item 4, which is the procurement procedures. We do not have any at this meeting. Next is a public hearing. I'm looking for a motion to approve the notice of public hearing for amendments to the zoning ordinance.
I'd make a motion to approve the notice of public hearing for, what date was that, sorry? July 12th at 9 a.m.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Next, we have a plat, which is a preliminary plat for Ridgeview Acres. I note that our zoning administrator, good evening, Tammy, welcome. If you want to walk us through this, please.
Just getting unmuted.
You're muted.
Yep, can you hear me now?
We hear you.
Okay, all right, so we'll get started on this. It's the preliminary plat of survey of Lot 1 through Lot 12 of Ridgeview Acres, comprised of Lot 1 in the southwest quarter of the southeast quarter and Lot 3 of Lot 1 in the southeast quarter of the southwest quarter, all in Section 7, T89 North, R2E, Dubuque Township, Dubuque County, Iowa. This property is owned by Mark McLean and is located 0.25 miles west of the city of Dubuque along Hales Mill Road, with a total of 23.786 surveyed. The property is zoned R2 single-family residential and C1 conservancy. The purpose of this is to create a residential subdivision. The survey creates 12 lots. Lots 1 through 12 are all a minimum of 1 acre in size, and they'll be sold for residential homes. Each lot shall have its own individual septic system. There will be 2 shared wells, and the Dubuque County Water Department would recommend lines from the water main to the building structures to be copper with a control valve, curb stop, and box near the right-of-way line. A copy of the water utility plan showing the water distribution piping from the water wells and individual water service lines will be submitted by the review of the Dubuque Water Department. Lots 1 through Lot 12 have an approved residential entrance permit number 21-02 off of Hales Mill Road. The survey creates a 66-foot right-of-way with a private access easement that will be utilized as a public utility easement and a stormwater conveyance easement. The site grades and stormwater management facilities are subject to change in size, shape, location, and type based on the final design and is dictated by the stormwater calculations, the cut fill calculations, and concerns generated during the preparation of the construction documents and the review process. So this again is just a preliminary plat. This is the first stage of the subdivision. Mr. Schneider, Dave Schneider is the surveyor working on this with Mr. McLean. And this is also going through the city of Dubuque. And I know that if you have any questions for me, I'll answer them, but I do know that Mr. Schneider is on here tonight to speak for this case as well.
Tammy, I was having a little difficulty hearing you. What's the plan for water retention on this area?
Okay, so they will have a basin in here, and I'm looking at this, and I can tell you that Dave Schneider can explain that a little bit more to you than I can. They've been working up a plan because this area has another site above this that's going to be developed into a subdivision. So I can tell you that Mr. Schneider has been looking with Eric Schmeckel over the whole area.
Okay.
And the other water stuff is all being prepped for the city for, you know, eventually if it would get absorbed into the city of Dubuque.
Okay, that's one of my major concerns with this is the water issue, because right now, if Asbury gets about an inch of rain, that creek is going up 6 inches to 12 inches, and we're putting another big area into this. We're going to cause trouble downstream. So I want to make sure we have retention planned into this that's going to hold all this runoff.
Yeah, and Supervisor Potoff, I can tell you that again, there is another development that you will be seeing in a few weeks again. That is another developer above this. And I can tell you that there's a lot of work being done with Eric Schmeckel and Dave Schneider on making sure that all this water is being addressed before these are developed.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Thank you, Tammy.
Yes, you're welcome.
Did you have any other questions?
I'd make a motion to approve the preliminary plat of Ridgeview.
Second, we have a motion and a second to approve the preliminary plat of Ridgeview Acres. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The motion carries. Next, we move to our action items. Thank you, Tammy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
In our action items, the first is a resolution to hire our deputies, and we have one permanent full-time position, project coordinator for Ed Rayburn. We need a motion to approve.
I would make a motion to approve.
Second, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Next is a resolution to approve the appointment of the deputies for the next fiscal year.
I'd make a motion to approve the fiscal year 22 deputies.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Our next is a resolution to approve fiscal year 22 salaries for non-bargaining county employees. This is one that we would normally have some discussion and potentially certainly discussion and debate. So it would be my inclination to table this until our next meeting so Supervisor Wickham can be part of that. Did you have any thought on that?
That's fine. I'd motion to table.
Second, motion is second to table. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Next are resolutions approving the addendum to the agreement between Dubuque County Board of Health and visiting nurses. I know as the liaison to the Board of Health, that was discussed and it's been approved by the Board of Health.
Okay. I'd make the motion to approve the addendum to the agreement between Dubuque County Board of Health, and the Visiting Nurse Association.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is the 28E funding agreement with the City of Dubuque for Southwest Arterial Project. Some late changes. It's another issue I think would be, best served to table. So we have Supervisor Wickham at the table as well.
I would move to table until Supervisor Wickham is available.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Next is communications. We received a manure management plan from 2 entities. It's a communication, so the motion is to receive and file.
I make the motion to receive and file the Circle Ridge Holsteins and Goose Hill Pork LLCs.
Second, motion is second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Next is appointment of the open vacancies. It confirms the appointments that we last made, although we might still have, well, I think this is good. I think this is good for as of the last meeting. So I think it's for information only. Did you have any questions or anything about it?
I have none.
Okay, very good. Personnel requisitions. We have 2 requisitions. Actually, it's 1, I believe, with 2 pieces of, no, there are 2. The first one, Dawn, do you want to walk us through these?
Yes, the first one is a full-time naturalist in our conservation department. This is a replacement. We had a recent or upcoming resignation, so this position is budgeted for in the FY22 budget. So I would recommend approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the personnel requisition for the naturalist position.
I will second that, and I would also like to thank Caitlin Moeller for all the work she did as a naturalist. She did an outstanding job, and it's a big loss for the Conservation Commission to lose her.
Agreed. We have a motion, a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Next is the personnel requisition for a permanent full-time assistant county attorney grade 2. Dawn, did you have comment?
This one has been a vacant position for some time, but it has always been budgeted, and so the county attorney is now to move to fill that position.
And make the motion to approve the personnel requisition for the assistant county attorney grade 2.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Tabled and pending items, we don't normally have any. The boards and commissions update is there on our agenda, but if you have anything you'd like to report, I'm happy to learn.
Oh, we had a meeting with the landfill board. They're moving forward with the mulch program where they're going to provide mulch to smaller towns. The landfill will pay for the blocks, set it up. A small town would have to hire a trucking firm to haul it to their location. There'd be no charge for the product. Towns would just pay for the trucking to get it there, which I think is huge for these small towns. They're trying to reduce some of the traffic out at the landfill, and this would be a place where people can go to get their, 4 or 5 buckets of mulch or whatever they need. So I think it's a good plan, and hopefully it works good.
Awesome. That is good. I like something that's new. I think it's important. My only update is going to be about the East Central Regional Governing Board for Mental Health. We had our meetings last week. They were hybrid, but we're going to be going now that the governor's emergency proclamation has ended. We are all now back in person. So we'll be meeting in Cedar Rapids. So there's a series of 3 meetings, so they take most of the day. But the governing board, we had a really great report from the 2 access centers that we have in our county, or excuse me, not in our county, but in our region. So we had with numbers. So some good information about the guide link post access center in Lynn County and also Johnson County, and great success, reducing already, diverting people from emergency rooms and from the jail. So anxiously awaiting the time the attention is being turned to Dubuque County. So Ann Cameron was there, and of course May Hinchin, and so we're working on that. There's a series of meetings this month to look at Dubuque, what we're doing for our county, and there's funding at the regional level. So it's nice to see something really begin to work. They are not 24/7 yet. They are not the answer to it all, but you can really see the potential that it's a good idea. And
I knew there was going to be a lot of good information on that, and I wanted to be on that meeting, and something popped up, and by the time I got done with that, I was late, and I didn't want to jump on late. But
yeah, it's good. We might. I can have May reach out and share that with you, or you can look at the audio. They pretty much just answered questions from the reports that they gave that you probably saw in the packet.
Yeah, I can reach out to Ann or to May too and get that. So
it was fabulous. They really are seeing usage, and they, so let's just say there would be 40 folks, but only 3 or 4 are repeat people, and they have people that are presenting personally themselves. So coming to the access center and not with law enforcement or with family, just somebody saying, I need help. So I think that's very interesting as well.
Yeah. The Dubuque metropolitan area landfill, we went to in-person meeting also. And then, in-person meeting out in Piasta, which you were present for part of, but that was a very interesting meeting. A lot of information put out on their comprehensive plan.
Yeah.
Very good.
I was part of that comprehensive plan, having it put together, but it's just dramatic what they're hoping to do there.
Yes.
I just don't know how we're going to make that lift happen with all of the roads that we need to work on. I guess that's why Chandra will be with us Is he on the agenda for next week? Okay, we'll be meeting Tuesday because of the holiday. Okay. Right. Good things. Lots of good things happening. So at this time, that concludes our formal meeting. If anyone wishes to address the board about matters that are of concern, you may do so at the podium if you're personally present, or virtually, you'll raise your hand in the Zoom function. We'll pause a moment and see if anyone wishes to address the board. We don't see any virtual activity, and there's no one here at our podium, so we would look for a motion to adjourn until Tuesday, July 6th, and that's at 9 a.m. in the morning. We may have some work sessions beforehand with roads, but we'll see.
I'll make a motion to adjourn until July 6th at 9 a.m.
Second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Mark 14 minutes. Thank you, everyone.